Hello, my name's Cody, and I'll be sharing with you my three dreams. My first dream was to become a pro skier. Well, growing up, I really wanted to be a pro skier. I skied every single day at my local hill, which was a 800-foot hill, so small, and it was about 5 minutes away from my house, and we had maybe 2 jumps and 15 rails, which is not a lot, and we had a little tow rope. Everyone knew everyone. It was so small, but my goal was just there. I wanted to do it so bad. I didn't have to have the nicest stuff to be the best. I just had to go there every single day and practice my heart out. And my mom started seeing my potential and really wanted me to go travel and to ski a little bit better places because our ski hill was pretty bad in Michigan. It's just really rainy there too, so the snow quality is pretty terrible. And so I started traveling. I went to Breckenridge. I got invited with some friends, and the jumps were so intimidating, and the rails were so much different. It just wasn't really anywhere near what I skied before. And I did them anyways. I filmed me hitting all these jumps and rails and everything, and I really thought I was the best. And I then put together a little montage, and I started getting sponsorships, and I was going crazy. I was like, what? And I started skiing with the best kids from my hometown, and I just kept getting better and better and better, and I was posting videos. I was trying to do as many competitions as possible. But the competitions became way too expensive for my family and I. So I decided to change it up a little bit, and my mom saw my potential in Austria when we went skiing, and she thought, you should really do ski racing. So I did ski racing in high school, and they really wanted me because we were pretty bad. But I started seeing some potential in there. I was actually doing really, really good compared to all the kids from Michigan. So my mom wanted to put me in a racing school, but after my second year, my interest just went away. I really didn't like it. I really loved to park ski, and racing made me a lot better at it. And it just opened up so many new gates because I just became such a better skier racing. And so I piqued my interest again in freestyle skiing, and then I got a concussion, and it kind of ended it for me. I was at a competition, and I just smacked my head on the ground, and I didn't even know where I was. And that was the moment that I realized that, skiing is really just meant for fun, and that I'm out here just to have fun. I'm not out here to hurt myself or push myself to limits that probably shouldn't be pushed just to become a pro. So moving on to Utah, I was super excited. I maybe thought, I'm going to try again to become amateur pro or gain a couple more sponsorships. And so I moved out here, and the skiing was unreal. It was so good. I just couldn't get myself to get into it again. And I just realized that I'm in such better skiing conditions and that I should just take advantage of what I have. And now I just ski for fun. So I didn't obtain my goal of becoming a professional skier, but I learned that skiing maybe isn't meant to be so aggressive like it is. You don't have to be the best to have fun, and it's just a nice therapeutic hobby. My second dream was just to help people, and growing up I really wanted to be a police officer and firefighter. I thought that was the best opportunity to help people, and my uncle was a police officer. He was the sergeant in my town, and I looked up to him so much. I always just thought, oh my gosh, he's out there just helping everybody, and he's so cool. And I always had his badge with me, and unfortunately it just didn't work out with my career choice. But last year I had the opportunity to become a wildland firefighter, but I had to say no. My parents wouldn't let me. But what a great opportunity to serve and to help people. But in high school, when I was a sophomore, I found out my grandpa had Alzheimer's, and I took it upon myself to help him out. And sophomore year, I moved into his house and was taking care of him while going to school. And we became really, really close buds. And I made sure he took his meds. I cleaned his house. I just took care of him the way he needed. And I think back then I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I didn't really understand the disease. But as it went on, his disease worsened, and I understood my role and how important I was in his life. And so senior year, I graduated high school early to take care of him, which was the best decision ever. He was my best friend, and what an opportunity to spend every single second of my day with him, because it was a blessing. And as it got really, really bad, I made sure that his quality of life was really good. So we traveled. I took him to Alaska, and I took him to all these places he loved up north, and Niagara Falls, and you name it. And we traveled. We did everything together, and it started just going downhill. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to go to college because I thought it was my job to take care of him. And when I got my acceptance letter to the U, it was a really big heartbreak because this is the school I'd always wanted to go to. And I had to leave my best friend behind. But I soon realized that it was just too much for me to handle, and that I'm only human. And it was just his disease kept getting really, really bad. So before I moved out, I took him to California to live with my mom and placed him in the best nursing home that they had. And I called him every single day when I was in college, and we remained best friends. And that was the best experience of my life. And you can't take something like that back. And it's just going to impact me for the rest of my life, make me a better person. So I really think that helping people is super important, and I think my career choice was perfect for helping people as well. I'm pursuing to become an audiologist, and I think that's a great way to help people, and I think it's easily obtainable to fix people's hearing, and I think it's a great field because you know exactly what you have to do to make something right, and that's actually something, in the most part, that you can fix rather than Alzheimer's. So I think I achieved my goal in helping people. My third dream growing up was to do something I love, and I think that's super important. And growing up, watching my mom work and grind, it really drove me to this, actually, because she loved what she did. She traveled all the time. She did what made sense to her, and I think that it really led me to this dream. I think that I'm on the right path, but you never really know until you get a little deeper into it. But from my experience, I've worked a lot of jobs, and I know what's not fun and what is fun. And there's a reason why I'm in college, and I'm striving to do what I love. And actually, I just switched majors. I was going to go into speech pathology, but I got an internship with an audiologist in the school district, and I totally love it. I think it's awesome. I think it's a great way to help people, which obviously from my dream before, you know that I like helping people. And another way I learned to do what I love is because my grandpa, watching him, and I know this is kind of later in life, but taking care of him and watching him, I realized that he didn't necessarily do what he loved. He loved to just be outdoors and to travel and stuff, but he just didn't achieve any of it. He didn't do anything he set his mind to. He had all these books about going to Alaska and to work, and he loved to trap, and he never went there. He had all the money he needed to go there, and he never once did. and we achieved that goal together. But I think it's just very important to do what you love, and I'm learning that as we go, and hopefully I become successful in finding what I actually truly love.